12-year-old Luke Wilson picked up 2 things at the farmer's market. One was a newborn female puppy, and the other was me. Luke brought us both home and named me Lily. He provided for me, taught me, and hoped I would grow up safe and sound. 15 years later, Luke rebuilt his family business. Everyone thought he loved me more with each passing year, but only I knew he wouldn't care so much about a little trash he picked up. Finally, the person Luke had been waiting for returned to the country. Without a second thought, he handed me over to his friend Fike. The female dog at home started breeding with different male dogs when she was 2 years old. What makes you think you are special? The Hillside Club was built halfway up the mountain without a registered license plate. One had to walk up. Luke's urgent text messages kept coming. By the time I reached the private room door, my heels were already blistered and bleeding. I dared not delay and pushed the door open. All eyes in the room turned to me. I immediately spotted Luke sitting in the middle of the crowd. He was intimately kissing a woman on his lap. Their tongues intertwined, their hands roamed each other's bodies. Well, if it isn't Wilson's little adopted pet, cute little thing, isn't she? A man on the couch whistled at me, making kissing noises. I clutched my coat tightly, lowering my head in silence. Hearing this, Luke finally released the woman and beckoned me over. What are you standing there for? Come sit. Luke, still fondling the woman's slender waist, pointed at an empty spot on the table. To hear is still room on the table, make do with that. And didn't I teach you how to greet people properly? At this, everyone in the room snickered, waiting to see my performance. The woman on Luke's lap playfully hit him. Why are you being so mean? The man grabbed her mischievous hand and kissed it. She's young. I'm just teaching her, that's all. He then turned to me. This is your future sister-in-law, Vanessa. Come on, call her sister-in-law, let's hear it. I obediently called her sister-in-law and placed the newly bought stockings and condoms on the table. If here is nothing else, I'll be going now. As I said this, I turned to leave. But the next second, Luke suddenly kicked the table. Who said you could leave? You've really gotten spoiled. You don't even listen to me anymore. I told you to sit on the table. Luke grabbed my hand and threw me towards the table. I lost my balance and my waist slammed against the table edge. I was in so much pain that I started sweating. My hands pressed against the table as I struggled to stand up. Everyone in the room burst into laughter. Vanessa coquettishly pushed him. Luke, don't be like that. She's still a girl, not really a dog you adopted. Luke suggestively thrust his hips against the woman. Oh, are you finally jealous? The two continued their intimate behavior. Vanessa held the man's hand, pretending to be angry. Stop it. Your sister is watching. Luke immediately gripped Vanessa's thigh and pressed his lips to hers. What sister? She's just a bitch I picked up? As the two kissed passionately, the surrounding men became excited and said with malicious intent, I heard a bitch in heat can't be satisfied even by 10 dogs. Is that true, Luke? The men around started rubbing their hands and unbuckling their belts. Luke glanced at me from the corner of his eye. Why don't you try and find out for yourselves? I frantically wrapped myself tighter, curling into a ball. My eyes filled with fear and pleading looked towards Luke. Brother, please don't. But seeing my expression only seemed to excite Luke more. He stood up, cupping the woman's bottom in his arms and bouncing her heavily. Looking down at me, he said, fine, Tef. The female dog we brought home together started breeding with different male dogs when she was just 2 years old. What makes you think you are special? As soon as Luke gave his permission, the surrounding men surged towards me. In my confused state, someone took off my coat and pressed a glass of wine to my lips. A little drink will make you feel better, puppy. Luke intervened. Don't give her alcohol, she's or it. I foolishly thought he would save me. I struggled desperately to break free from the grip of several men, crawling urgently to his feet, placing my forehead on the surface of his shiny leather shoes. Brother, save me. I promise I'll be good from now on. I'll listen to you and sister-in-law, I swear. If you tell me to leave, I'll go. I won't ever appear in front of you again. But the next second, I felt a cold liquid being poured onto my back. The people around went wild. Luke knows how to play. Wine on the back. Double the fun. I was thrown onto the table once again. Someone was filming nearby, saying extremely vulgar things. A sticky tongue licked across my skin. Although there was a table behind me, I felt like I was falling endlessly. Countless hands covered my body, tearing at my clothes in my confusion.